Have you ever finished watching Interstellar and felt like your brain just did a somersault? You're not alone. Christopher Nolan's 2014 masterpiece is more than just a sci-fi epic. It's a deep dive into some of the most mind-bending concepts in physics, all tied together by a powerful human story. So today, we are going on our own mission to unravel the science, paradoxes, and profound meaning behind Interstellar. We'll explore time dilation, decode the Tesseract, and figure out how love became the one thing that could transcend dimensions. Let's get started. The first major hurdle our crew faces is time itself. This isn't your standard movie time jump. This is real, theoretical physics. When they decide to land on Miller's planet, they know it's a huge risk. Why? Because this planet is orbiting extremely close to a supermassive black hole named Gargantua. The immense gravity of Gargantua warps space-time so dramatically that for every hour spent on that planet, 7 years pass back on Earth. Think of it like a river. The closer you are to a powerful whirlpool, the faster the current pulls you, while someone far away on the bank moves much slower in comparison. Here, gravity is the current, and time is the river. When they arrive, they find a world of shallow water and gigantic tidal waves. These aren't normal waves caused by a moon. They're tidal waves of space-time, created by Gargantua's gravitational pull. The planet is literally being stretched and squeezed. The crew spends just over 3 hours on the surface, which translates to a devastating 23 years for Romilly back on the Endurance and for everyone back home. This single sequence perfectly illustrates Einstein's theory of relativity in the most heartbreaking way imaginable. Cooper returns to the ship not just older, but alienated from a world that has aged 2 decades without him. His kids are now adults, and he's missed their entire lives. It's the first time the film shows us that the real antagonist isn't a person, but the unforgiving laws of the universe. Now, let's talk about the climax, the part that truly melts our minds, the Tesseract. After detaching from the Endurance to save Brand and slingshotting himself into Gargantua, Cooper doesn't get crushed into oblivion as you might expect. Instead, he enters a Tesseract. So, what is a Tesseract? In simple terms, it's a 4-dimensional cube, just as a cube is a 3-dimensional square. But in Interstellar, it's visualized as an infinite, 3-dimensional representation of a 5th-dimensional space. The beings from the 5th dimension, who we later understand are a future, evolved form of humanity, constructed this space for Cooper. Why? They needed a way to communicate across space-time, and they chose the one language that could transcend it: love. Specifically, the connection between a father and his daughter. The Tesseract is a physical library of Murph's childhood bedroom, laid out across time. Every moment from her past is accessible. Cooper isn't just seeing memories, he's floating through a physical timeline. From this higher dimension, he can interact with the past through gravity. He can nudge a book, push dust particles, or manipulate the hands of a watch. He realizes that he was Murph's ghost all along. He's not just an observer, he's an active participant in his own past, guided by the beings who understood that the bond with his daughter was the key to sending the message. This scene beautifully visualizes the abstract idea that gravity, unlike other forces, can leak across dimensions and time. This brings us to one of the most debated aspects of the film, the predestination paradox, also known as a bootstrap paradox. A bootstrap paradox is a loop where an object or piece of information has no discernible origin. It just exists. In Interstellar, we see this twice. First, with the stay message. At the beginning of the film, Cooper believes the ghost in Murph's room is telling him to stay. He's angry at this entity for trying to hold him back. But inside the Tesseract, he realizes he is the ghost. He is the one trying to send that message to his past self, desperate to prevent the pain of leaving his daughter. He was always destined to leave, and his future self's attempt to stop it was part of the very chain of events that ensured he left. The second, and even bigger, bootstrap paradox is the origin of NASA's coordinates. Cooper and Murph find the secret NASA facility by deciphering gravitational anomalies, binary code written in dust patterns. Inside the Tesseract, we see that it was Cooper himself who sent those coordinates from the future. So, here's the question. If future Cooper sent the coordinates that led past Cooper to NASA, which in turn allowed him to go into space and become future Cooper, where did the information originally come from? It has no origin. It's a self-contained loop. The information for humanity's salvation was provided by humanity itself, from a future that wouldn't exist unless that information was sent back. It's a classic chicken and egg problem, suggesting that in this universe, cause and effect aren't always linear. Time, as the film suggests, might be more like a circle than a straight line. So, how does it all end? Inside the Tesseract, Cooper successfully transmits the quantum data from the black hole to Murph through the hands of the watch he gave her. He uses Morse code, tapping out the solution to the gravity equation. Back on Earth, the adult Murph, now a brilliant physicist herself, finally has her eureka moment. She remembers the ghost and the watch. She deciphers the data, solves the equation, and enables humanity to harness gravity. This allows them to build massive space habitats and escape the dying Earth. Humanity is saved, not by an alien race, but by the ingenuity of a future version of itself, facilitated by the unbreakable bond between a father and his daughter. After his mission is complete, the Tesseract collapses, and Cooper is ejected back into our solar system near Saturn, where he's picked up by the crew of one of these new space habitats, Cooper Station. He awakens decades later, biologically the same age but chronologically over 124 years old. He finally reunites with a very elderly Murph, who is on her deathbed, surrounded by her own family. It's a bittersweet reunion. She has lived a full life, and she tells him that a parent shouldn't have to watch their own child die. She urges him to go, to find Brand, who is alone on Edmund's planet, setting up Plan B. And so, Cooper, the perpetual explorer, steals a ship and sets off on one last journey into the unknown to find the woman he left behind. In conclusion, Interstellar is far more than just a visually stunning space adventure. It's a film that pushes the boundaries of cinematic storytelling, blending hard science fiction with profound emotional depth. While some physicists might debate the finer points of its scientific accuracy, the film's consultation with theoretical physicist Kip Thorne lends it a remarkable degree of credibility. But its true legacy lies in its core message, that love, courage, and the human spirit are forces just as powerful as gravity and time. It reminds us that our connections to one another might just be the key to transcending the greatest challenges we face, whether on Earth or among the stars. It's a story of hope, a testament to the idea that humanity's reach should always exceed its grasp. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of Interstellar. If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and let me know in the comments what your favorite moment from the film is. See you next time.